Hello and welcome to the Generation Z webinar from CDK Global. Not all car buyers are the same. In fact, we believe car buyers come in four quite different age groups. Baby boomers, the oldest group, followed by Generations X, Y and Z. Baby boomers, that famous and enormous group, are now in their 50s and 60s. Generation X were once the youngsters and rebels, but today they're where the baby boomers used to be. Parents of teenagers, working at busy careers and in the middle of their lives. Generation Y are just getting started in their lives, moving out of education and into adult responsibilities. Generation Z is the wired generation, digital natives who have their own ways of thinking and communicating. Each of these groups shops and buys and lives in different ways. They each want specific things from you. You have to know what makes them tick. So, ask yourself, are you targeting each generation and in the right way? And are you truly connecting with them throughout the sales cycle? So, let's talk about Generation Z. Savvy and social, they will research, review and share, but they'll rarely pick up the phone. This seminar is about Generation Z, the newcomers, the wired generation, digital natives who have their own ways of thinking and communicating. Let's look at how you can reach them. So, who are Generation Z? Well, first of all, none of these people remember the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls were created in 1994, and Generation Z were born in 1995 or later. This is the generation that doesn't know a world without a cell phone, without Google, or without selfies. The only two things they have in common with baby boomers are Queen Elizabeth and James Bond. But there's really so much more to them than that. The world looks very different to Generation Z. Sharing with friends and sharing with everybody is quite normal. They're heavily influenced by peers, and they influence their peers heavily in return. Looking at online reviews of car manufacturers, of models, and of course dealerships is second nature to them. They're used to immediacy in all things. They're happy to buy now if approached in the right way, and for those over 16 who have an income, it's usually highly disposable. They aren't buying houses or saving for retirement just yet, and good for them. Not much is out of reach in their minds. If they want something, there's always a way to pay for it. Not to overstate the case, but this group is your future market. What they prefer, how they think and communicate, will be the norm in the years to come. So, let's look at our 5 tips for reaching them today and in the future. Generation Zers multitask across 5 different screens daily. That compared to just 2 screens for Generation Y. These young people don't think of buying as something you do in a store. Face-to-face contact is almost alien, and they've grown up being able to get everything they want through the internet. Technology isn't strange and exciting, it's normal. So just being up to date won't cut it with this group. To win with Generation Z, you need to make sure you're noticed by them. They're savvy consumers, immersed in online and offline marketing, and they expect that businesses and brands will work hard for their attention. If your dealership is waiting for a showroom visit to interact with Generation X, you could be waiting a long time. The same actually goes for website visits as well. Generation Z wants interaction from you and with you. They expect to be approached, and they expect a stream of communication that flows both ways. They carry out most of their purchasing journeys online, whether that's ordering a t-shirt from Amazon or buying a car from you. So be ready to reach out to them where they are electronically, and be ready to take part in some back and forth. We used to call people early adopters if they were using the latest technology. But this is the early adopter generation. Generation Z take to new technology the way a fish takes to water. So if a business that isn't looking for what's out there next, it's likely to find itself out of the water and out of the running. Anticipating change is half the battle. Make sure you're delivering the newest and most exciting experiences, and make sure that you're prepared to change. Then make sure you have partners who can help you stay current and deliver those up-to-date experiences. Assumptions can catch you out here. You might assume that Generation Z all want the same simple purchase experience, like buying that t-shirt with one click. In fact, what they want and expect is choice. There is no single purchase journey or funnel, and for those young people, there is no predefined way of finding information and making decisions. They have endless routes at their fingertips. So in this case, unique really does need to be unique. Offer them different experiences and let them choose for themselves. And remember that the one thing they do have in common is that they're likely to share through social media. If they have a good experience, their good recommendation can spread very quickly indeed. It's easy to call them kids, but this group has a large influence and serious future buying power. As Generation Z grow into cash-carrying consumers, their habits will continue to evolve, taking shape at the speed of technology. Every interaction with this generation is a chance to get to know them and to know the future. Understand that their daily digital experiences are so refined that they often only see things that apply directly to them. Their Facebook and Instagram friends know who they are, and you should too. Your dealership experience from sales to after sales needs to be specifically tailored to them. So, here's how CDK can win with Generation Z. Yes, Generation Z want to give feedback. Send them short, sharp, how did we do feedback surveys with CDK Survey Manager. They'll appreciate the give and take, and you'll gather their insights. Then, to show you've listened, Campaign Manager lets you send personalised and automated communications back to them. You'll have the power to make sure they only see what's relevant to them, like personalised save-the-date emails that they can sync to their smartphone calendar automatically for such things as full MOT and service dates. Campaign Manager also offers an automated sales follow-up to online inquiries. So if they do express an interest, you can reach out to them right away. Remember to keep it unique for them. Offer them a test drive at home or at work if that's easier for them. So Survey Manager and Campaign Manager will help you to get to know Generation Z much better. The next step is to stay current and even ahead of the curve. Autoline Drive is designed to do just that. It's a complete dealer management solution that will see you into the future and help you succeed with Generation Z. As we say, Generation Z are used to owning their own unique purchase process. Mobile is a good way to let the customer take the wheel. Mobile Showroom lets them experience the showroom as they expect to, on screen. You can let them enter all their own details and make their own experience truly interactive. When it comes to making the deal, you can hand them a tablet to review and choose the finance scheme which works best with their monthly budget. Along with mobile, it's important to showcase all the options, from after-sales VHC and service online to ongoing communications via Campaign Manager. Ready to move beyond the traditional radio and press advertise to get the local social media savvy? CDK can help. To find out what works best for you with Generation Z, track their response with specific campaign telephone numbers. And if they don't call, you can make sure your sales consultants and service teams are equipped and trained to connect with your Generation Z customers on their terms. CDK can help you with the email, live chat, and those all-important texts. So, if you want to be the dealer for Generation Z, to make another Spice Girls reference they'll probably not grasp, let's recap our 5 tips. Be savvy, but also realise that it won't be enough on its own. Go to them. They're waiting for you to interact on their terms. Expect change. Keep ahead with technology to keep winning their business. Help them be unique. Give them choices as they design their own journey. And listen. They're ready to tell you what they want and what they like. That's what they do. And remember that CDK tools like Survey Manager, Campaign Manager, SMS Gateway and Autoline Drive can help you get there. Thank you for watching this Generation Z webinar from CDK Global. For more information, visit www.cdkinsights.com.